I just gotta say, the fuck? What the hell was up with that angel from Universe 9? What was going on there with that smile? I'm sure everyone caught it. I'm sure everybody already talked about that shit, but what the fuck? Him and the Great Priest, Grand Priest, whatever the heck you want to call him. I prefer calling him Grand Priest. I stick with that. But the Great Priest and him, shady shit there, okay? Shady shit there for this episode of Dragon Ball Super. I ain't gonna lie. This episode right here is truly living up to the expectations that was set forth with the Universe Survival Tournament, the Tournament of Power. Because this episode was just once again what Jim Ross from WWE, and I keep on using that, it was a slobber knocker and a fucking half. Because, I mean, you got the trio of danger. You got pretty much Universe 9 as a whole trying to jump Goku. And then on top of that, Vegeta's like, nah, bro, my boy ain't going down like that. So then you got Vegeta jumping in there too. And did any of y'all catch that shit? What the fuck was up? Like, yo, shit is intense when they're talking about Vegeta's forehead, bro. I'm sorry. Like, yo, Universe 9, there was some slimy ass motherfuckers. And we'll talk some more about all of that in a second, whatever. But I just gotta say that, I ain't gonna lie. First of all, this episode bodies last week's episode. All of the action, the intensity. And let's talk about Beerus's character for a minute. Because I felt as though, and we've seen it already in the past couple episodes and whatnot, and this arc as a whole, if you really think about it, Beerus's character, it's a very subtle thing, but I feel as though it amplifies the true feeling of threat that this arc has. Because, I mean, we already have it in the back of our minds. Hey, your universe is wiped out if, you know, if you lose. You're gone or whatever. But the way Beerus is acting, because Beerus we've seen in the past that the only time he ever really gets out of character is like over food or things of that nature or whatnot. But to see in these episodes and this arc as a whole, him, like, you know, he's cheering for Goku and Vegeta. He's like, go Universe 7 and shit like that. That's not in Beerus's character, so I feel as though it's a subtle thing, but nevertheless, it truly helps for you to feel like, yo, if even Beerus, the god of destruction of Universe 7, is kind of shitting himself, we have a problem. We have a real big problem on our hands, and I love that it's so subtle, because it's not like him continuously saying, the universe, the universe. He's just really out of character, and I'm not gonna lie, Champa, He's very immature, because you got to think for a second. Him and Beerus, to a certain degree, they have, because, you know, they're brothers or whatever, they have a relationship in a sense of, like, they do care for each other, but the way Champa's acting, you would think that he don't give a fuck about Beerus, because, ding dong, motherfucker, if Universe 7 is gone, you know, if they lose this tournament, your brother is dead too. So the fact that he's cheering against him, I'm kind of like, bro, don't you remember Beerus gave you back your Universe 6's Earth? Like, you know, maybe you should be just a little less of a piece of shit. Like, if the, you know, outcome of this was like, hey, you lose, you just lose or whatever, fair enough. But Champa is essentially like, yeah, I want my brother to die, yeah. I'm like, does he not realize the magnitude of this if his brother died? Like, I'm just saying. So, it really interesting with that little, relationship there. Just throwing that in there. Now, Goku and Vegeta throwing hands against the trio of their danger. It was great to see as well that Beerus was referring to them as weaklings, because if you think about it, and you go back as well in the exposition matches and shit like that, it's kind of like, they are pretty fucking weak. I mean, which is kind of a testament in a way, because Gohan did struggle against one of them, so it was kind of like, what was it, Lavender or whatever, like, yeah, Gohan was pretty weak. Maybe now he's, you know, far beyond that and shit like that, because they really were weaklings. They was like on some gangster, yo, if you can't beat them, don't join them, jump them, fuck them. Like, that was the mindset of Universe 9 as a whole, because you had all of them motherfuckers coming at, well, for starters, they were just trying to go at Goku, and it's kind of like, damn, I'm kind of curious exactly, because I don't remember. Maybe it was mentioned how big this arena is, because, like, you would think if you see Goku getting jumped or whatever, like, Vegeta was right there, so, you know, Vegeta and him joined forces or whatnot, but, like, where the fuck was everybody else at while they're getting jumped? I'm imagining, again, they're probably distracted, they're probably a bit of a distance off, but I'm just saying, like, damn, bro, you see Goku struggling there, you got the trio, their danger with their little trio triangle bullshit, which, hilarious stuff as well, with the old Kai just bashing on their names and shit like that. Like, those names are ridiculous, what are you doing? Like, all around this episode as a whole, action-packed, very intense, kind of really getting that feel, like, even though we know in reality, like, Goku, well, we assume for the most part Goku's gonna last for a while, especially against Universe 9. He's not getting thrown out early like that. Like, maybe in the Universe 6 tournament it kind of threw us off a little bit that Goku lost or whatever against Frost, but like in this one, you can assume he's here for the long haul. He gotta be here for a while. There's too many people. The promise fight of him and Jiren, and maybe even a little rematch of him and Hit throwing hands, like, Goku's gonna be around for a while, but it still felt as though, like, I mean, from last episode when the dude was dragging him out almost and shit like that. And then in this episode, to see that for a split second, Goku and Vegeta had to pull out all the stops and go Super Saiyan Blue with the combination, which that shot alone is like, to see Goku and Vegeta working together, like, you know, shit is real. And I'm glad that even though they both was kind of like, you know, when they were talking about teamwork and shit, they were like, I don't give a fuck. But inadvertently, because when the situation calls for it, they actually did team up together. And it's kind of crazy. And that also shows, even though it's very minuscule and very subtle, the character development. Like, you think back in the day, like, go to Planet Namek days, you know what I'm saying, when Frieza was coming through and Vegeta just dipped on Goku and he was still fighting some of the Ginyu Force. He was like, see you later, sucker, and dipped. Like, we've come a ways from them with, you know, Vegeta's character. So cool shit there. I mean, as a whole, it's just really knocked it out the park. But one of the big things that the entire community is talking about, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm still like, the fuck? Was after Universe 9 seemingly was gone with them God pads, bro. God pads. I love it. We got God Tube. We got God pads. Like, what's going on? Let's talk. And I'll probably have a full-on discussion video at another time, because this really is fucking interesting, because it seems as though it's like a small possible subplot that's actually a grander thing than even the main plot that we have right now. When Universe 9 was wiped out, the angel of that universe smiled. And it's kind of like, bro, you're a fucking god of destruction. Your entire universe, all the fighters that was fighting just got wiped out, and you're smiling with an evil, ominous, like, that was ominous. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The smile itself was ominous. It wasn't just a kind of like, you know, jokey way, which even, regardless of what, why the fuck are you smiling? So, on top of that, then you also have the Great Priest that kind of was a little bit like, bro, people just died. The whole universe was just wiped out by 2 little fucking infants. What the fuck is going on? So, you gotta think for a second, like, is there something more to it than even we know? Like, could it possibly be that this is all bullshit? Like, you know, we've been thinking for a while that they're not really getting destroyed. I mean, we've seen Zeno. He don't really give a fuck. I mean, look what happened in Future Trunks' timeline. He blew that shit up and didn't think fucking twice. So it's more than likely that they are getting destroyed now. We also, you know, we got the Super Dragon Balls that in the end we could wish everything back, which it feels like such a cheat, but that's a huge possibility of what will happen towards the end. Just being real about it, like, hey, we got the Super Dragon Balls. He has no bounds. He can bring back universes. That's a possibility, but you got to think, what is in it for the angel? What is in it for the Great Priest? And why are they kind of happy about this? Could they be using this tournament as a disguise for something that they're plotting and they're planning, and maybe it's unbeknownst to the Omni King? Because again, the Omni King, both of them, they're little kids. They have the mindset of Majin Buu at the beginning of the Buu arc, that he's just a child. He doesn't understand shit, and they're just kind of like, yeah, pressing the buttons, and okay, they're gone now, destroying them. Is like, could it possibly be that maybe the angels, a few of them, with the exception of a couple or whatever, are really out to do something to possibly overthrow the Omni Kings and become the new Omni Kings? Maybe the angels, like, there's so many possibilities. And that also got to make you think, if there's a possibility the Great Priest, the angel from Universe 9, and possibly some others are in on this scheme, could Whis be in it as well? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be heated, and I'm gonna be like, damn, if it turns out that Whis in the end is like evil. Like, if we find out that Whis is evil, as awesome as he's been, and he's training Goku and Vegeta, it'd be kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So that kind of has me a little leery. I mean, it's a possibility he could be working as some sort of double agent, because again, why the fuck would he have been training Goku and Vegeta all these times and actually really helping out if he's an evil piece of shit? Could be that he's doubling up. It could be that he's, yeah, Dad, we're gonna get this shit done. We're gonna make you the new Omni King. And in reality, he's gonna try and stop their plans because he's a good guy. Only time will tell, because the angels, they're kind of like, they're separated from everything that's going on. Like, you see, the angel didn't get wiped out, but that also makes you think, is it because the Great Priest is like, why don't the angels go along with them? Is it the Great Priest is like, nah, that's my children, bro, we ain't killing them, like, we kill everyone else, not my children? What's up with that? A lot of interesting mysteries there. I mean, as a whole, again, the episode, great episode, probably the best of the Tournament of Power so far. I want to say I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. A couple of little small minuscule things, but as a fucking whole, the action, the intensity, just a universe just got wiped out. They tried to jump Goku and Vegeta and they got fucked. The jokes against Vegeta, everything about it. Beerus' subtle, just worrisome ways of like cheering. Beerus don't cheer for a motherfucker. He don't give a fuck. When Goku and Vegeta were fighting Frieza and Frieza's resurrection, did he cheer for them? No. And they're, you know, they were kind of cool. So it really showcases everything. And honestly, this episode, if it keeps going like this, then the Tournament of Power is going to rival arcs of Dragon Ball Z itself and Dragon Ball as a whole, because we're doing some good shit and I'm loving it. But Kind of curious what you guys think. For starters, how do you feel about Universe 9 being wiped out? Do you think they're truly dead? Did they do something else to the universe, the Omni Kings? Also, what do you think about Goku and Vegeta's action in this one, to see them actually teaming up together when they really weren't talking about doing teamwork? Also, quickly, I can't forget Frieza. Oh my god, Frieza still being a fucking monster as well. Body motherfucker. I'm like, he just shot his wings and threw him out the ring like, fuck you. I'm like, yo! And what did you think about the ending with the universe being wiped out and the ominous smile from the Angel of Universe 9 as well as the Great Priest? Do you think there's something bigger going on here that we're unknown to? And do you think even if there is something, what can we really do? You gotta think about it. Are Goku and Vegeta and the crew from Universe 7 ready to really take on, like, the Great Priest and all these people? Like, a lot of questions here. And your overall thoughts of the episode. Is this the best episode of the Tournament of Power thus far? And if they continue on with this level of quality and intensity, could the Tournament of Power be one of the best arcs in all of Dragon Ball? But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. This Tournament of Power is sick!